Okay, ladies and gents, so we live. It is your favorite Asian robot. The Wok, the People's Champion, is back on Darktide right now. And what we're going to do today is we're actually going to be taking a look at the Autogun, because a lot of people have been giving me feedback over the weekend. Like, they've been saying that the Autogun is really cool and that, you know, it's been doing really well. They kind of want to see it in action. So I said to myself, okay, why not? Let's put together some testing today and we'll get it done. So I'm about to start Darktide right now, and of course tweet the stream and do all that other stuff that we normally do. So let's get that done. So while I wait for Darktide to start up, time to do some autogun testing. Okay. Okay, time to post it in my Discord now to tweet. Okay, my tweets are all done. Let's see. What's up, Roses? Yes, you are indeed the first. I mean, aside from my live comment. What's up? Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Brucey, you come once again with questions. If you want to join the Discord, Brucey, you have to be a channel member. At the very least, if you want instant access, you're gonna have to be a prestige member. Otherwise, you'll have to be an honored robot, wait for a while so that we trust you, and then we let people in. We don't let people in immediately because there are a lot of people who want to come into the Discord. You know, they want to act like they really own the place and stuff like that. Nope, sorry. We've limited it to supporters only right now. It keeps the family safe, keeps us safe, and, you know, helps us really filter out who's really down for the family, you know? Hey, Yabs, what's up? And BVS says, just watch the voice of command build. I see. Yeah, try running without it because you don't really need the revive. You can actually revive people manually pretty fast. I haven't really had any trouble with it, so give it a go and see how it goes. If you like the revive, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, shouting people up is pretty cool as well. It just reduces the stagger radius, which I don't like because 9 meters is pretty good, and I find it's very useful for just throwing the hounds off people or stuff like that at a little bit of a distance, so I don't have to be in melee range to do it, you know? So you can give that a go. But yeah, my preference is to run without the revive because it frees up 1 talent point. 1 might not be a lot, but you know, considering we've got a 30-point limit, it's a lot. Yabs, I hope you're having a good day. Bedtime here for you, no problem, madam. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you've given the stream a like already. Welcome, everybody, welcome. All right, heading into my veteran now, and let's get this party started. Oh man, what's going on? There it is. Okay, my little phone was going a little crazy. That's okay, sometimes that happens, right? Now I'm going to just slightly dip the brightness on the camera because the camera's going a little too bright. All right, we seem to be good to go right now. Yep, everything's fine. Well, we're actually going to test first and foremost the Columnus Mark V, and then we can have a specific build based around it. So that's going to be really interesting for us to see. So, how are we going to conduct this testing? You know, sometimes like I'll actually start off stream, but today I figured I wanted to show you guys the process which we go through to get the ideal setup going. And what's actually going to happen is that what you'll see me do is purchase a bunch of these, right? And so for example, we have this one right now. It's sitting at 74, like that ish. And we'll keep trying to get like one that is perfectly ideal in a, like, we want one that has the best of the best stats. So we've got a couple that's really good right now, and so something like this would be really, really good, and we'll pull that out. So how we do our testing is, like, just as an example, we'll start first and foremost with something like this. Yeah, because this one affects unarmored damage, so we really need all of those stats as high as possible. So we'll look for one where we've gotten the highest potential stats, like just as an example. There's a lot of these that I don't want to remove right now. Oh, that's terrible. So I believe it was this one. So we'll equip this one, which gives us some pretty good... Yeah, I think this one has high stopping power and damage. So we'll equip this one. Then what we'll do is, with it blank, we'll go into the meat grinder. Damnation, of course. And then we'll start to poke around. And we're gonna start poking around. Okay. Also, guys, please hit the like button if you haven't already. It is kind of imperative that you do, because the first few people in the stream, if we could just get like 10 people right now who haven't already done it to hit the like button, I'd be extremely grateful. Sorry, let me quickly dip the build screen for a bit. But yes, I'd be extremely grateful if any of you could do that, because obviously not only would it mean a lot, but it would in general help my stream get boosted by quite a bit, and we always want that. The more we get it boosted, the better. Now, forgive me for a second. Yeah, this is going to just take a moment. So why is the screen darkened? Because what we're gonna do is we are going to start doing our testing, but we don't want to reveal too much about builds because people can copy it. So now we've actually removed all the talent points right here. We've got ourselves our Columnus. Let's take a look at stability and everything without any pretense. Okay. Not really all that great against these guys. Hip fire wise, it's also pretty inaccurate. Seems to be a bit unstable. I mean, the damage isn't anything to write home about, but well, I will always choose the highest possible. I never test with anything lower because it is pretty much bad. So, Brucey, I actually look, if you really want to play the best guns right now, check out my build from yesterday, because there's nothing more efficient than the plasma gun with voice of command right now. That is top tier. It literally cannot be beaten, and I don't actually recommend auto guns right now. Their TDK is too low compared to, like, look, plasma gun one shot. There's nothing that beats that. But the only reason I'm even trying the auto guns and other stuff is because other people have asked me if I would be willing to, say, you know, put together a build or just give it a try, you know, just see how, because like a lot of people have been making some noise on the internet about, oh my god, this is such a great gun. Are you sure? Are you really sure? So of course the bot, the Wok, the people's champion is going to put it to the test himself today. We're going to see whether or not this is real. We're going to see whether or not it is for real or whether people be faking. You know, there's always a lot of people out there faking shit. And me, I'm not interested in people faking shit. You know, I'm not interested in that bullshit. What I'm here to do is to test and prove the reality of the situation. You know, are we gonna get the absolute best value out of this, or are we just gonna fall flat? So that's my goal right here. We're gonna see how it all runs. Okay, so we're going now. Again, screen is dipped, I know, but we're gonna go down voice command pathway, which is pretty standard. Let's open with a little bit of onslaught. I've got 3 points I can play around with. Something like that might be better. Okay, now perkless but with a talent build. Let's see how it feels. I know screen is black, Johan. It's on purpose. It's so that people can't copy my setup and then try and publish a build before I do, saying that, hey, I made this build. It's done for safety. No, I haven't heard of that anime, Zay, but of course, if the developers of that game want me to play it, or if a viewer wants me to play it, my hourly rate is open. Anybody can request a stream anytime. My hourly rate is $50 per hour. That's what I'm currently worth, and if they need me to play the game, I'll happily play the game, but right now I'm not looking to switch games because I'm not going anywhere that my viewership is going to be less than, say, 50 to 80. So if my viewership's less than that, I'm probably not going to pick up the game right now. Hey, Lubalo. Well, right now I'm just working on some testing for the autogun. So let's see how it feels. Now, this one is without perks. Alright. This is without perks, but now we're just giving it the go around. It's still not that great. I'm spamming a lot of bullets into these enemies, like... I can see that it has some value, but I think the Actran would actually outclass it, unfortunately. Now this is with a gray gun, so... that could entirely be the case. I think we would need Flak and Maniac pretty much on this. No problem, Ryu. You know I'm awesome. I'm pretty sure I replied to your comment already. I never fail to reply to comments, so if you check your YouTube, you should have a comment already there waiting for you if you asked a question. I don't remember the comments exactly because I get so many per day, but I reply to all of them. I reply to every single comment I've ever gotten, so you should have a reply waiting for you on your YouTube. Welcome to the stream, though. And guys, we are literally just 4 likes away from 20. If I could just get 4 of you guys to hit the like button, close the live chat, press the thumbs up button, and then come back into the live chat, I'd be really grateful. We just need 4 likes from anybody in chat right now. It'll be really, really helpful. And no problem at all, Tino, for updating the voice command build. I am ready. I am here to help the community. At the end of the day, my job here is to do these tests, help the community, you know, help you guys find out what is truly the best for you. All right, this is why I just spent on a whole bunch of auto guns. We're gonna check out right now, you know. Thanks, Ryu. I'm very happy to hear that. Wow, the blessings are really terrible. We're gonna get dum-dum for sure. Instead of strip down, is there anything else that we want? Breaking fire would be great, but I think we're also gonna need to redefine this for flak armored enemies. That would make a lot of sense to me.
Our prayers have been answered.
Okay. Now, people have in the past, Johan. A lot of people have, like, what they do is they don't outright steal the build, right? What they'll do is they'll try and copy something that I put up on stream back when I used to discuss everything openly on stream, right? They'll try and put it up before me, then their fans will come to my channel and say, oh, this YouTuber posted this first. Why are you posting the same build that he posted? But actually it's my build and I did all the testing for it. So because that happened in the past, right? In certain circumstances, if I'm not, if I'm not ready to share something yet, or if it's not something I've published yet, or something I'm testing in the background, I'll blank out the screen while I do the background test, then I'll bring it back on. So streams are for people to see the gameplay and see the build showcased without knowing what the build is. Then I release the build in a video myself, so that nobody can say, oh, he stole this from this person. I'll say, no, this is what I've tested on stream. Here it is. This is what I've been playing around with. Here's how it works. Blah blah blah. And it prevents the whole he did this, that, they did that, because I just want to avoid drama. It's not worth my time. There's already enough drama with a lot of people out there trying to claim that this thing works in Darktide, that thing works in Darktide. People have lost faith. People have lost faith in a lot of these folks out there. The other day I got a comment. I don't mind telling you guys this before I begin my testing, but the other day I got a comment. This guy said to me, he said, I've been very skeptical of YouTube builds since they're pretty hit and miss, but yours are the only ones that work. And I felt really saddened about that, because a lot of people out there don't do their testing, or when they do their testing, they're playing with friends, they're memeing stuff, they're having fun. Just like, it doesn't work just because you will it to work. It doesn't work just because you magically believe it works. And a lot of these other gamers, what they don't realize is that they're not an older gentleman like myself. They've got reaction speeds far faster than other people. They've played these types, like some of them are so genre specific that they've played these genres of games so many times over that for them movements are instinctive. But although I talk myself up as part of the show, what people don't realize is that I'm actually pretty average in terms of skill level and reaction speed. My APM's only about 100, down from back when I was a younger lad playing StarCraft and all that with 300 APM and back in those days. No, I'm pretty average right now, and that's actually what makes a lot of difference, because when I test it, it's with a relatively average reaction speed, so I try to make everything as easy as possible for myself, So yeah. Nah, and nobody's gonna go through the whole VOD to prove it, Adrian. So yeah, this is why I just don't show it. I used to be a toss player. Roses. I used to cheese with toss in StarCraft 2 as well. I only run Damnation. I never run anything below Damnation. I will always run Damnation first as a test, then I go for Auric Damnations if the build works. So like, for example, right now what we're doing, right, is we're assessing whether this Columnus will actually work well. Oh, it was you, Ryu. Okay, yeah. Because there's been a lot of people, well actually there's been more than one comment with that, so if you're one of those as well, then thumbs up. But yes, there's been plenty of people that have actually mentioned similar things as well, and it's because a lot of people don't do testing in the same way that I do it. They don't do the same kind of work that I do. And also, they don't cater for the average, whilst I do. You see, because I myself am average. Oh. Oh, hey. Okay, guys, just a heads up, right? I knew about this bug since last week, but if you take certain, like, too much damage while you have the extra toughness up, it still hits your hit points, especially in melee. So there seems to be some base bleed through. You're gonna want to be a bit careful of that. The extra toughness will prevent range damage from completely gimping you, but you might want to be careful about melee damage, alright? So even if you got additional so-called yellow toughness, just be very careful because melee attacks will still hit through and bleed through. Yeah, even with the so-called high block rate, I must tell you guys that the power sword cannot really fully block a lot of the Ogryn's attacks, especially the stomp, so you're gonna want to be careful with that. Okay. There we go. A difficulty above Auric Damnation, not at the current moment, because although it may seem boring for those that already like know stuff or already like have knowledge of the game, the big problem I would say right now is that many players are not even at that level. So yeah, we're testing it right now, Vladimir. We cannot make a judgment on whether it's good until after testing. All we've done so far is construct one that we think is semi-decent. But we'll do a full and thorough test on it so that we know for real. Because you cannot just make a snap judgment, I would say. Oh. Gosh darn it. See, that's where things go wrong. Oh dear. Didn't expect that guy to go down twice. Whoops. But yeah, compared to the plasma gun, the TDK is slower, obviously. So if you really like an autogun, I guess you could go for it, but there's no point. Because the downside is that yes, you can do really well. I'm assuming with like something like raking fire, you could probably hit like the back of an enemy and completely kill him. But I would say the biggest weakness of this build in general would be the simple fact that it is designed for spamming gunfire, and that is not always viable in the field, especially if other people need ammo and stuff like that. So I don't know. It seems okay, but we'll have to see. Because a lot of things are viable at lower levels. Once you get to Damnation, it doesn't really work that way. Because like I said, compared to, say, something like the plasma gun, in this particular case, we're very lucky to have some Ragers getting stunned by the Why is the Psyker's ammo orange? What the hell? I'm very confused right now. And thank you for all the likes on the stream. We've actually gone up to 32 likes, which is pretty insane. Really can't thank you enough. Alright, we appreciate it so tremendously. And it does mean a lot. Now I'm taking a few risks here because the Smite Psyker is holding really well. Okay. Done. Depends. For me, I don't use voice chat because obviously I'm on stream, people can say things, so yeah. It is a Columnus, yes. And I don't know if it's good yet. We'll see. So far, I'm not impressed. Because why would I use this over a revolver? Why would I use this over a, say, plasma gun? I mean, I could do a plasma gun comparison, like, right away after this and just instantaneously wipe out the entire map. So, again, it's like I'm spamming a lot of fire for no reason. It's like, I feel like the only people who want, like, different weapons is because they're bored of, like, the meta weapons. They're like, oh, I don't want to play plasma gun, but it's like, why wouldn't you when it's the best gun in the game right now? Like, this thing has no armor penetration, so even if you want to play this gun, you will be spamming a lot of gunfire in a singular direction to try and kill whatever comes your way. Happy trails! They won't, like, look, they're not gonna nerf them into the ground. They're only dominant because they were supposed to be dominant from the beginning. They were never supposed to be, like, weak, you see, but the problem is that the ammo count is too low for, you know, for a lot of people, so you have to have good ammo management, and that's where a lot of players do fail. They don't realize how bad they are at ammo management. They don't realize how bad they are at a lot of things, actually. So that's why, like, I can feel a lot of people may have issues with this. Like, this gun isn't, like, bad, like, I wouldn't say it's horrifying, But my thought is, why would I when a better option exists? You get what I mean? Like here, like look, I spammed all that gunfire and I still could barely kill a Mauler. The Mauler takes a while to die. So for that entire mag of ammo, like I would get more value out of a plasma gun. See what I'm saying? So, and this is like damnation level, but it's just a normal damnation. You gotta think about things like high intensity shock troopers, all that kind of stuff. Once you start thinking in those kinds of circles, you start to realize that the optimization really matters. So although the Columnus is good, I can certainly say that after thorough testing, you know, it's oh shit. And look, what if you end up in a situation like that? What do you do then? Are you gonna tell the enemy, wait while I reload? No, you can't. You literally cannot reload, and then you get caught. Then when you get caught, what do you do? Why is this psyker down there? What the fuck? Did he get caught or something? Did he barrel himself down there? Again, it's hard to justify this. Like, maybe on an infiltrate build, maybe, but I don't know. Based on what I'm seeing, it's just a spammy gun. Like, it's a spammy gun. Like, I don't feel like thinking, so I'll spam. But maybe, like, you know, like if you want a serious weapon, you have to go plasma gun revolver. Like, this is just not gonna fly, in my honest opinion. Hey Philip, what's up? Even with Fire Frenzy and Death Spitter, all it's gonna do is improve your close range damage. You're still gonna be a spammy, like, the problem is that there's no penetration. So you need to have maxed out penetration, you see? So yeah.
Look at those shacks. How do they survive out here?
Why would it be above your skill bracket though? Like, to me, well, I mean, I guess if you're not playing at the top tier of the game, it's fine. But yeah, for me, when I look at something, right, it has to be completely viable in Auric Damnation. If it cannot meet that standard, then I throw it away, because the fact of the matter is, oh, come on. The fact of the matter is that if it doesn't really, you know, work on that level, you know, if I make a suggestion that doesn't work absolutely well for everybody, then a lot of people are gonna follow my stuff and just be ineffective, which I don't want to happen. Because several people have already told me that people religiously follow my builds. I'm like, yes, I know, which is why, you know, I have to do things in a particular way. But yeah, like, I'm not impressed with this. Like, it's okay. It's okay. I think you can run it, but it's not like impressive or anything. Cause like even if I have a group of dudes here in front of me, I can kill a couple, but not all of them. But the plasma gun would just do the whole thing. Why would you try to go for a rescue without killing? Never do what that Zealot just did. There are enemies all around, alright?
Cloak of faith concealable.
I want to hear them scream!
Readying bombardment. Stab bomber! Settle the bomber, comrades.
Go there.
Don't stay outside either as well. Pretty much the idea. What's the least played class? Ogren right now is the least played.
The demon is bound to this structure, correct?
There are pieces of it wherever the heretics hold influence. Sorry.
Sooner we get done here, sooner we can get to burning out the rest of it.
Ah, fair enough. You're talking about the braced auto. Sure. Braced auto's alright. Braced auto with fire frenzy is pretty good. That one's okay, but it just makes me too short range. That's the only issue I had with it. So actually the Akatran Mark 6 is still better. Like, if we were to compare this to the Recon Lasgun, the crazy thing is that the Recon Lasgun is actually still better, crazily enough. I know many people might be like, what? There's no way, but in actuality, when you actually examine it, the Recon Lasgun, for some god-awful reason, actually ends up doing better. Even with its new close range thing, and I think it's because the value of Infernus is still relatively high. So because the... oh dear.
For the Emperor!
It's always the Zealots going down. You ever notice that? Like, I thought they're supposed to be the class that never dies. You got the really good Zealots that never go down, and then you got the Zealots that always go down. When I try the class myself later this week, I'm gonna have to see for real, you know? Like, what's up? See, you need multiple accurate shots as well to really make this work well. So again, a lot of this is considered problematic.
Get them dead! Right here, right now.
This Sarudon fella has no team awareness. Like, he didn't even realize half his team isn't even up here. Like, homie, I get it, but you can't rush. There's no point in rushing. So, you know, when you look at the skill level of most random players, this is why a lot of runs, like, you have to be the anchor. Like, I try to stay in the center so that everybody gets the bonuses and whatnot. Oh shit, the Zealot's down again. Like, for real? Like, Nuke, I can't help you from there, buddy. Yeah, unfortunately. Every class has their... oh, he's an infiltrate veteran. Ah, okay. Like, right now, it's hard to give up the plasma gun and revolver for any gun in the game. Like, all other guns, they just fall flat, unfortunately. Yeah, I've actually got Dum Dum on this, which is really good for close range, but ultimately, like, the problem is that in this game, unless you're playing an Infiltrate Veteran, which I'm not right now, and even for Infiltrate Veterans, you cannot always play at close range only. You kind of have to be in a situation where I can play at any range, as in that's generally what would be expected for most people playing this game. Like, you have to be able to play at all ranges in the game. And without that, you know, like, especially when you got guys that can't even handle the basics of, you know, doing an objective, like, whoa. Maybe the chainsaw would be better with this, but yeah, it's just falling flat horribly. At least this team is trying a little bit to stick together. The thing is, there's no such thing as, like, and this is something I want to impart you to everybody. I want to impart this knowledge to everybody. There's no such thing as this is suited for that range, this is suited for another range. No, no. The best guns in the game are suited for any range. For example, plasma gun works at every range. The revolver works at every range. Point blank, up front, close, long distance. You need a gun that works everywhere, no matter what build you play. You can't say I'm only playing a close range veteran, because if your team has no, like, what if you get a team of three zealots in you, then you have to do the long range no matter what. The zealots have to do it too. So this is why I always tell people, when you play with randos, right, if your build is not optimized for every single thing in the game, you have already failed the game and you should put the game down. This is why I do not, if you want to play specialized builds or builds that do like one thing well or stuff like that, play with friends or play privately, because you will be ruining everybody else's game by making them carry you see? So this is absolutely important, and it's why when I test things, my testing has to be perfect. It has to be like, have like that perfect stamp of approval that'll make everybody say, okay, so this works for sure. See? So yeah, I think the Columnus, I'm talking about the Columnus here. The Columnus is okay, but where it falls flat right now is that it's got no penetration power. It's got no penetration power. I wouldn't use this over a plasma gun or a revolver. It does not feel specialized enough. It feels like I want to meme this. Like, again, it's niche. So for those that requested the Columnus Mark V testing, I can certainly say that I am unimpressed. A good gun works even with, like, the blessings will assist the gun, but it does not make the gun. And the Mark 8 braced, yeah, sure, if you want to fight under 20 meters. But yeah. Agrippina Mark 1. Well, let's give it a go. Let's give the Agrippina Mark 1 a go, since you guys love it so much. But anyway, the braced is okay. The braced is alright for short range, but it suffers at long range, and well, yaps, we all know how that goes. So you can enjoy it if you like, but I'm gonna call you a filthy heathen who doesn't understand anything about the game. Dude, you cannot snipe with it. No, impossible. Mark 1 with Deadshot? Don't use Deadshot. Deadshot is the surefire way to get yourself killed in Damnation. You will die horribly. Yep, sure, Yaps. I will put money on that. Come in right now. Come into my game right now and snipe for me. I will play only at close range. I dare you. I dare you anytime. Anytime. You kill every single sniper in the game. I'm the precursor to Skynet? Possibly.
I exist to serve.
I'm always down to take your challenge, Yaps.
I sensed a new subscriber.
Ooh, new subscriber. Nice. Whenever you're ready, Abs. Whenever you're ready. Okay, let's have a look at the Mark 1. We're gonna need one with better stats. Way better stability than that. It wouldn't be a fair test otherwise. Those are some nice damage numbers. Whoa, stability's trash on that. Aha! But I think it'll definitely be better with the chainsword. Swapping over to chainsword, and then where is it? Okay. We haven't tested them yet. I plan on testing a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, in the evening, you know, in the evening, you can come and be my sniper, okay, Eps? I'll let you come and be my sniper tonight. Although I'll still probably play a Psyker. But yes, come. Okay. Now this is without any blessings, nothing, so we just got a nice little gray. Tommy gun iron sights. Damn, that sounds nice. Okay, wait, this one feels better. Oh no, it's still pretty spammy. I always do a Mauler test because, like, these enemies are great, but it's the Mauler test that really sets it. Maniac and Flak, probably. Maniac and Flak if we can get anything that's decent. See, for me, right, when something works, it has to work assuming I'm just standing up and firing without any special techniques. So anyway, no offense to the people that do have good techniques such as being able to crouch in combat. Actually, I do that too. You'll actually see it on some of the times, but when I do this kind of testing, right, another thing that I always make sure is that, well, it has to be something that's playable basic. And the thing is, right, again, the standard setters right now. Oh, shh. I was just trying to clean my keyboard a little bit, not take 2 screenshots. Anyway, sorry about that. What I'm trying to do right now, guys, is I'm just trying to find anything that can compete with the plasma gun and revolver. Kind of impossible right now, I know, but at the same time, that is the standard. That's the standard for the veteran gun. Even the bolt gun cannot compete with that. Sure, it's a fun little weapon, and it's decent at higher levels, but it cannot compete with the plasma gun and the revolver. It just can't. So,
It is done.
Death Spitter, there we go. Okay.
Interesting.
Sustained fire, I really don't need that. Let's refine this. First, we're definitely gonna need some flak armor. And we'll re-blast sustained fire over to a Dum Dum. Okay. Let's head straight into Damnation, give it a test. Yeah, I've got to test some of that.
Since a new subscriber.
Ooh, new subscriber, welcome. I'm gonna test the Headhunters as well after this, Yab, so I'll see how that goes. But basically, like, matchmaking error, Jesus Christ. Come on, let me matchmake here. We got testing to do. Yeah, the revolver and the plasma gun are hard to beat right now. They're like, you just can't compete. How are you gonna compete with guns that have penetration, literally can go through enemy heads? Like, where's the competition? What are we talking about here? You see, what are we talking about here? There's no competition for these guns that are literally top of the table. They are top tier for a reason, you know? The revolver is just damn good right now, and so is the plasma gun. Like I said, it's hard to compete. Hey, Pen. It's just so hard to compete. Like, how are you gonna compete with that? You know? Yeah, sure. Ask whatever questions you like. If I can't answer it myself, the chat will answer it. You know. But usually I'll try and answer whatever questions I can see. Sometimes when the action's intense, I might not be able to, but feel free to ask whatever questions you like, and I'll, go.
Isn't usual procedure, but I'm sure Grendel has reasons for the unorthodoxy. You're bound to have a fight on your hands before this is done, so be ready.
Revolver and plasma gun are to kings right now. Like, it's so hard to compete.
A team is only as good as the information provided to it.
Hey, somebody's using my build. Nice.
Make for the nearest Skylink bridge. You can proceed to Archive and Sycorax from there.
I think they should buff the other guns, yes. More firepower is fun. We should have more build variety, you know? Exactly, it's point and shoot. Like, it's so hard to compete with point and shoot shenanigans, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that I want to rag on other guns or say that they're unviable, but, you know. Look, the plasma gun is just gonna wipe everything out. It's beautiful. I mean, you can't tell me that anyone would really seriously compete with that. Look, the plasma gun just does the work. I mean, sure, my little infantry gun can compete a little bit, but how is that gonna compete with any kind of plasma gun? Look at that, it's just instant deletion.
Let's get to the killing!
Yep, like the buff was a bit overdone on that one. Oh. Not a voice. Oh Lord. Darn it.
Give me a hand here. Keep your composure.
Did you hear me? Get me up!
Give me a drugging hand.
Unfortunately, test failed. The Mark 1 isn't it. Yeah, no, the guy said he was using my build, so I was thinking to myself, is he using the Executioner stance or the Voice of Command? Because the Voice of Command build is the new one. The Executioner stance is the old one. The old one was okay, but yeah. Now, unfortunately, they couldn't handle it, but don't forget, I cannot blame the team on that one, Johan. I wasn't able to shoot out all the shooters either. This thing is too slow. This thing is too slow. The bolter is dog shit compared to the plasma gun, but then again, everything is dog shit compared to the plasma gun. So what are the problems of the Mark 1? The Mark 1's too slow. And like between the Agrippina Mark 1 and the Columnus did better. The Columnus did way better, number one, because the Columnus reloaded faster, was easier to aim, it had much more stability over longer distances. If you were to pick between the Mark 1 and the Columnus, my money would be on the Columnus. Like, the Columnus is a far superior weapon. And it's not like the stats on my Mark 1 were bad. Yeah, the autoguns are doing shit right now, Murder Shies. So, like, sure, if you want to be a heresy level player, it would be fine. But in damnation runs, they're not. They cannot compete right now at the highest levels. Like, they're weapons that are okay, but they cannot carry the team. And I'm talking like this is just regular damnation. We haven't even set foot into Auric because none of them have even passed a baseline test. So what are the major issues? Number one, you're mag dumping practically in order to get kills. So it's not one shot, one kill. It's like, you know, huge amounts of ammo required to get even one kill, which is really sad. And yeah, you do need infiltrate, but theoretically with infiltrate, the key thing is that you can actually play infiltrate with the Actran Recon Last Gun. I'm actually not assessing this in relation to the Plasma Gun, by the way. I'm actually assessing it in relation to the Actran. The Actran Recon Last Gun would actually outperform all of these right now, which is the big problem. So yeah, I would say that it's really a poor choice overall in terms of using it for an in terms of actually using it. Because if you were to take a revolver or a plasma gun and let's say your team is really bad, you'd be able to carry that team with you to the finish line, you know? Even with the nerfs. And that's kind of the key thing, even with the nerfs. The nerfs to the Acatran was mostly to its armor modifiers, and also, well, I can actually show you. Give me a second. Where is it? There it is. There's the bad boy. Well, number one, the Acatran also has stability as a dump stat, more or less. You just need it at 55 or more, so you can actually sacrifice points for a lot of other things. Let me just go into meat grind and I'll show you. Same build, everything, but with the Acatran, right? Melee weapon types, power sword or chainsword, your choice. But power sword or chainsword is the general choice right now. Some people do like the shovel and some people do like the Mark 1 Devil Claw. Both are okay, but for me it's the power sword or chainsword. Okay, so this is just a baseline test comparison. If we were to look at the Acatran, like, sure, I'm mag dumping, but the kill time's faster. Even if I don't aim at the head. And this is all due to Infernus, because Infernus ticks adds so much damage that people don't realize. You see? You can kill a target long after you stop shooting. See what I'm saying? This makes it more ammo efficient in the field, and also means that there's less focus on certain other elements of the build. So you can basically burn out a target, and this is what I'm trying to compare this in relation to. I could compare, like, I'm not trying to compare this in relation to a plasma gun, I'm actually comparing it in relation to this. I'm spending less of my mag to completely wipe out a target. You see what I'm saying? This is the big problem that I think many people may have in their game. When you're talking about the autoguns don't come with Infernus, so there's already less value on it, and more importantly than that, the autoguns, their magazine size is relatively smaller to the Acatran. So in bigger emergencies, the Acatran has one reload, the Columnus and the Agrippina are requiring multiple reloads. They cannot compare right now. They cannot compare right now. I mean, everybody does that, you know, cracked, but the problem is that it's just not competitive. When we look at a high level of gameplay. It's just not competitive at all, you know? So yeah, the Actran right now is incomparable to the autoguns because it just does so much better. The autoguns are just not doing it at all. You know, they're not hitting any of the well, exactly, if you have that talent. They're just not hitting any of the key areas that will allow me to, you know, carry the team. And yes, aim versus spray skill versus potato friendly, which is true. You know, putting it in real terms, you have to have something that is so easy to use that anybody in the game, no matter what their skill level, they pick it up, they feel like a god. That's the goal of all of my builds. So whenever I do my testing, I'm always keeping all these factors in mind and constantly reassessing. That could be really good, but I'm probably gonna check it out on a different build, possibly with Infiltrate, because that's where I think it would do the best, Johan. Like I could really see it working very well with an Infiltrate style. Actually, I also want to test out a Hellbore similarly with that, but I'll save a lot of the testing for other days. Last Pistol is very good right now, to be fair. Yep. Yeah, Murder Shy is like, well, I haven't tested the Mark III yet. I've tested other autoguns. We're getting to the Mark III right now. Yeah, the run and gun playstyle, I think with the last pistol would be really strong with Infiltrate. So that's what I'm hoping to work on with my Infiltrate Veteran at a later time. Roy P, guess what?
A new subscriber.
We are using the shout. I am the creator of the shout build. Hi. So yeah, we are using that as the baseline, and we are just testing right now. The build is staying consistent. The build is the same. We're just testing the viability of different guns to see whether or not they get value or they don't. I mean, I don't know if Shock Trooper will be necessary, because if we were going with Infiltrate, right, it would be right hand tree and middle tree that we'd be focusing on. I think we, like, to be honest, if it's ammo efficient enough, it should be able to run without Shock Trooper. Technically, yes, Etruscots. It has the best TDK and damage. The only problem is that it's relatively short range. You can't really do long range with it. It is quite hard to do long range with it. Of course, if you're good, you can, but again, why wouldn't I just take a plasma gun if I wanted to, you know, do that? So I feel that it focuses mostly on a short range combat while leaving long range to other people. Columnus is not nuts right now. Columnus actually kind of fails. Well, in comparison to the better guns in the game. I've tested it. It's okay, but not the greatest. Like, it's passable. It's passable, but not the greatest. It only looks nuts if you meme with it, or if you run Infiltrate, specifically shooting enemies in the back, which is great, but not viable across the board. Like, what our testing aims to do, H, is to see whether or not somebody can just pick up a gun and play it. Like, if you have to use a gun in a specific way, it doesn't apply to all circumstances. That's kind of the thing. Plasma gun applies to all circumstances. Acatran, Recon, Last Gun, Mark 6, even with the nerfs, applies to all circumstances. Revolver applies to all circumstances. Hell, even the Bolter, although much slower than the Plasma Gun and Revolver, actually applies to all circumstances. Basically, my testing is, can I stand in front of a target, being relatively dumb, and still win the fight? Rather than saying, okay, so if I play it in this particular style, with this particular stuff, can I make it work? Does it really seem awesome in that way? That is niche. You see, when you do this build test, when you want to claim that something is good, you have to focus solely on whether or not it can pass a general test. A niche test was not going to help anybody, because what a lot of people do, and what they hope for when they come to my channel, is that they'll see, and like, can I just, you know, pick up and play? Ease of play, much like how when people create products for people to use, it has to be user-friendly. So, yeah. I mean, it is nice and exciting for people who want that niche playstyle, and I'm happy for you. But I'm just going to say it straight. niche only works for that 10% of the population. My concern is the 90% of the population, you see? So, yeah, it has to be perfect. And Headhunter and Deadly Accurate is nice, but again, niche. Although, yes, that would technically be the right way to play, you aren't always going to be able to aim at the head. So that's something we also have to take into account. But I will try, of course, because that is the, like, ideally, these Headhunter autoguns should theoretically be able to compete with the revolver and the plasma gun. And that's the idea. I mean, as long as you've got the materials, you can make the same thing on your veteran. Okay, let's get started.
Will there be anything else?
Oh, hey, that's not bad. The ammo count's a bit low, but damage-wise, this is pretty good. This is 351. Give me a second to see if I can roll anything better. Okay, 376, but low stopping power. Not good enough. 365. Okay, but damage is not that high. I want something slightly better.
Approved.
No, slightly better. Okay, okay. Oh, but stability is 68.
Completed.
Anyway, I've got dockets to spare, so it doesn't really matter. Let's try and get the perfect one for a test. No. Potential. No.
Transaction
No.
authorized.
No. No.
Transaction complete.
No. No. No.
Do you require
No.
further assistance?
No. No.
Completed.
No. No. No.
Clearance
No.
granted.
Voila. This is what we need. Hey man, I always tell it like it is. You gotta always tell like it is, you know? Otherwise you just fake. And you know me, I'm not fake. Could never be fake. This one's worse. There we go. I'll get rid of the old crap. It is possible to roll 17 damage, 14 damage. You can roll 14 stability. You can roll anything that's crappy. Opening salvo may not work out so well because it doesn't come back. The problem with opening salvo is that it doesn't come back online fast enough. So if you are firing continuously in the field, I never ever trust that ability. It's literally trashed here. Okay. Let's give this a go. Baseline, no blessings. We shall see. Most important is the perks, actually.
Be your light.
Thank you, Kona. Now, let's have a go. But yeah, there's a lot of blessing combinations, but again, I'm only interested in one thing, guys. Optimization. I don't care what combinations people like. I don't care what combinations they think is good. Their thoughts are irrelevant to me. I'll tell you, the only thing that's relevant, the only thing that matters is one thing. How fast do I kill my target? This thing has a really okay, so the biggest problem with this is the sight. You see, the sight is this tiny dot here, and only if I aim it at the head do I get all three, because this is a burst on the head. Yeah, I'm not getting the same value out of this that I would. The stability is really good. Let's test hip fire. It's okay. But you see, I'm still requiring, I mean, yes, this is without perks, but even if I were to get, say, a Maniac perk, right? Maniac perk, not gonna help me much. I'd probably have to go unarmored flak, but yeah, it's just, whoa. If I look at it compared to any of the other guns out there, TDK is too slow on Maniacs. So, Thanks, Squirrel Lord. No, no. I'll give it a shot in the field, but I can tell you rudimentary test. So Murder Shays, I'm just gonna say it straight up that the dude may have been killing some things really well, but if his maniac is looking drastic, cause like a base gun, even without perks, should theoretically be okay against all targets. I'm seeing some serious lacking on the maniacs over there. When I mean revolver one shot. If you think about the time spent, right?
I sensed a new subscriber.
Yeah, maniac being a weak point is kind of the problem because again, guns have to be universal. Yeah, exactly. So when we look at like across the board, like TDK is so crucial because one shot with revolver, one shot with plasma, right? Even if we compare to Akatran, Recon, Last Gun, I don't even need to aim. I don't even need to ADS. That's the problem. Like all these guns are looking good, but I think they're gonna fail in the field. So let's have a real test. Let's have a real test right now, because and I hate to say this, Murder Shies, some people actually do use aim. Now I know this sounds really stupid, but I'm just gonna say it straight up. Some people use aimbots in Darktide. It's not even a competitive game, and some people use aimbots. I have actually seen them do this. Some people have given me complaints, like they've sent me videos of like, hey, this guy's a cheater. I told them all the same thing, just report on Fat Shark forums. You can publicly shame them on YouTube if you know that they're a cheater, etc., etc. But what I'm going to say is that just be very careful, because sometimes some people make things look good, but you never know what they're actually pulling behind the scenes, because I do when I conduct a real test like this is with maxed out damage and stopping power, bruh. It's just failing. Plasma gun will always be number one. Plasma gun and revolver are the top 2 weapons in the game. Hard to beat. Like literally nothing else can beat. Hey, what's up, Infrared? And listen, that's always going to be the case, you know? Amongst the auto guns, I wouldn't use a single one. They're all trashed here. I'd rather use an Akatran Mark 6. Akatran Mark 6 literally clears everything. Gene Stealer, I don't know. There's no official news. Listen, everybody's talking about Tyranids because they know that their videos are going to get clickbait views. I've seen this person with under 1,000 subscribers have 53,000 views on their shitty Tyranid video. This is why I don't like false hope, because a lot of YouTubers will jump on the bandwagon to try and promote this false ideology that Gene Stealers are totally coming and whatever, but there's no confirmation by Fat Shark. Don't get me wrong, guys, I'm going to say it straight on the stream, I want Gene Stealers to come. I would love nothing more than to have a Gene Stealer cult in this game, but I never spread false hope. The worst thing that you can do for this game is spread false hope, because what people are going to say is, I thought Gene Stealers were coming. Let's say Fat Shark drops some DLC tomorrow, and what if it's Orcs instead of Gene Stealers? Now, granted, people would love Orcs as well, but what if it was Orcs instead of Gene Stealers? Then a whole bunch of people are going to get disappointed. Then you're going to see the whole review bombing. People are really sensitive nowadays, which is why I think Fat Shark also stays silent on what's coming. They don't have a roadmap, stuff like that, because people get really annoying about it. So one thing which I always try and do on my streams and in communication with my people, because I know you guys understand me more than anybody else out there, I'll tell you straight up, I will never put out a single video that is clickbait. I will never put out a single video that says, oh my god, is this thing happening? Like, without clear evidence. Because if I do that and you stoke the fire of false hope, what's going to happen is, I thought you said this was coming, bro. Now, for a lot of these larger channels, they don't care. They buy their views anyway. I don't give a shit about that. I don't buy my views. I don't have the money to buy my views. I struggle to make rent every month. But I will still carry on this pathway, because I believe that someday, by being absolutely real and honest with my people, that someday somebody was going to recognize that. I may be one of the lowest viewed streamers out there. I may be one of the lowest viewed content creators out there, but I'm going to tell you right now that I'm the only one that's ever going to tell you the truth. And right now, there's no news. So we don't know what's happening. I hope it'll be Gene Stealers, but I'm never going to give you false hope that, oh my god, it's going to come. No. Fuck that. I want to see Fat Shark tell me it's going to come. I want to see the DLC in my Steam library. I'll be the first to put money down for it. Alright? You bet your ass I'm going to do that. But I'll never be somebody who like sits around and says like, yeah, they might be coming or this and that. Fuck that. I'd rather spend my time actually testing real weapons and real stuff. You know, dude, I'd be happy with anything. I want DLC to come. But trust me, Gene Stealers would be the greatest thing in history. If they put Gene Stealers in this game, I tell you, their player base is going to double. Their player base is going to double overnight, because, dude, how many people are going to love fighting a Gene Stealer cult? That would be so sick. Think about it, right? What kind of maps could we do? Underground, Like, so I don't want power supply interruption, but underground, it's dark. Hybrids are coming out, shooting at you from corners. You know, you've got the pure strain as a boss. It's hunting you throughout the level. Man, think about it. I'm telling you, player base of this game would double simply because that would be one of the most exciting experiences you could think about. Underground, like literally, you know, an underground city. Like it could be a whole new game mode, survival type game mode. Yeah? Now you just think about that for a second, you'd be drooling too. So believe me, I want gene stealers in this game because there's a lot you can do with them. But I'm not gonna sell you guys false hope. So don't get your hopes up for it. You know, I want it, but let's wait and see what Fat Shark really says, you know? Let's wait and see what Fat Shark really says. I don't want to feed y'all clickbait. Gene stealers are real nasty. I think it'll be really cool, you know? It'll be more opportunities for content. It'll be so exciting to play with you guys, like, play with my peeps, play with my channel members. Oh, I'd be down for it, man. Like, dude, it'll be so sick, man. I'm telling you, it'll be the sickest thing ever. Just imagine it. We could have underground situations in the Hive City. You're being hunted. You gotta survive, you know, and like occasionally maybe a pure strain will attack you in like as a boss. Like there's a lot you can do. They could have their own unique bosses too. So I want gene stealers for sure. But I'm not gonna post a clickbait saying Tyranids are coming. I have under 1,000 subscribers. I bought all my views just to say that Tyranids are coming. Oh my god. No. Fuck creators that do that. You know, fuck creators that do that. I'm not down with the bullshit. People who bullshit make me sick. And that's why they buy their views. That's why I tell my people, don't even watch them. Help me get them out of the industry because you know what? They're burning money every time they post a video. The less you watch them, they don't get any real revenue. They're gonna burn all that money. Exactly, Etruscots, exactly. We could have the real Space Hulk Deathwing right now. That's what I want. I want the real Space Hulk Deathwing. I'm telling you. It'd be good. Okay, looks like I got deadly accurate anyway. Let's try Headhunter, obviously. There's no way we're gonna lose out on that. And then we will refine range weak spot damage to flak armor. Okay, let's try out the Mark III in, you know. Yep, I'll always stay honest, my man. I don't know, Little Soup, to be honest. I'm just a partner of the studio itself. I don't know their employee count or anything like that. I got no inside information. I just feed you guys what they tell me if they tell me to feed you guys. Otherwise, most of the time I'm independent. Actually, considering all my other partnerships, now Darktide is my favorite partnership right now because I've got the highest viewership on it. So I haven't even touched any of my other partnerships, but the other partnerships communicate a lot more. But Darktide is the overall best in terms of how much viewership I get, but they communicate the least. I haven't heard anything from the devs in months, actually. I do most of this independently. Enjoy yourself, total beast mode. Make sure you go beast mode and kill all your enemies, alright? Some people's bodies are not ready for heresy. Also, like, sorry. It's starting to get warm because it's now afternoon. Gotta take off my outer layer. Okay. Back at it, yeah? Now, let's try the Mark III in actual combat. I wasn't impressed with the basic test, but we gotta give it a fair go. We gotta give it a real mission test before we make a judgment.
If system records can
Yeah, pretty much. Makes sense to me.
smelter at Manufactorum HL1736 has been rendered inert. Rumor, though never reliable, suggests demonic activity within the smelter's fabric. Locate and purge. Varlets, we shall suffer not the heretics to infest the Omnissiah's holy works.
Yeah, dude, I'm hoping for more weapons and maps and content and stuff. Like, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it, 100%. 100%, you know? Exactly. Once a public figure loses respect, it's hard to get it back. But a lot of the bigger ones, a lot of the bigger people have a much larger hardcore fan base, so they won't really lose a lot of respect, even if they feed you guys bullshit, because they've got that hardcore fan base, and also a lot of them make enough money to burn a little cash on the extra viewers, which is sad to see, but a lot of them do that. Anyway, let's see how this feels. Okay.
History. Enjoy this.
Yep. I'm not really getting the kills myself. It mostly seems to be other people doing the killing part for me. So I am getting 1 or 2 kills with Headhunter, thanks to Deadly Accurate. But I'm definitely not like getting the kills myself. Ooh. Oh, come on. Really?
Let's get to the killing.
Why was that so hard? Like, I shouldn't have been putting in that much effort. The Psyker has 4 wounds in Damnation. Okay. We know that guy's not ready for this. Never bring wound curios, by the way. It's a sign of a really poor player. Yeah. I mean, that's a valid build, but like I said, you have to be behind the target, which is not available in all situations. Like, sure, you can use Infiltrate to do it, but you're gonna gimp your team. Like, how often would it be easy to get behind targets? Like, in that situation earlier. Like, getting behind all those targets? I don't think that would have worked. Like in this case, it's because that guy's out of position behind. He's not gaining any benefits from like, see?
I sense a new subscriber.
Yeah, Raking Fire Columnus build. There's a lot of niche builds out there. You can try them if you like. See how easy it is for you to pull off. Again, this is why I say like a lot of these builds are really awesome, and I like them a lot, but they're not easy for people to pull off. So you give it a try and you tell me Infrared, because I'm interested to see how my viewers cope with builds like that. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So things aren't always aggroed on you, but it doesn't mean that you will always have that situation going. So, getting behind, on the contrary, I think is quite difficult. If you're not the carry, it might be alright, but if you are the carry, which is a lot of the time, pretty hard.
Listen.
And what do you do if your team doesn't stick? Yep, this is why, again, I urge people, test for yourself, see for yourself. I don't discount the experiences of these people. In fact, the Columnus build is posted by a partner that I know and respect quite well. It's Action Johnny, actually. He posted his Grim Reaper Columnus Raking Fire build, I believe. So I don't discount their experiences, no. But for me, my content and my audience is very different. The reliance of my audience upon my content is based on, is this easy to run? And what do you do when everybody splits apart? You know, they won't run together. How do you make the best of a bad situation? How do you make the best of a tough situation? Is what I want to know. Like, if your front line can't handle it, what do you do then? Hello, my friend. When you've got people that go down in even a basic horde, what do you do then? It's great and easy if assuming your team is good. But what do you do? What do you do when it's like this, huh?
Heretics remain to be slain. You must fight.
There is no respite in this war. There is only strife.
So yeah, this is why I'm like trying to highlight to people that look, I believe all these builds. I know these builds are great. They work really well. They create some very interesting playstyles. I respect it. I do. I love the people that actually make these builds because I know and work with most of them. But for me, my content ideas are different. I am a very different type of person. Oh, straight. Stelzel is pretty okay. Yeah, if your team is good, you can run anything you like, and it'll never be a problem. But here, my focus is very different. I'm trying to figure out what will let me, you know. Like, see, even if I had, even on a different gun, like, I'm just not getting the killing power I need because it's taking me multiple shots to kill a target, especially on maniacs. And a good weapon should not have a weakness. But when a weapon has a weakness, you know, it becomes glaringly obvious in the field. And once you start using it at the higher levels, you know, it creates many problems. Not every weapon can work in a carry style, unfortunately, and some people work with some weapons a lot better than others do. Like for me, certain weapons are very niche. Like when the team is coordinated here, look at how easy it is. Everybody stays, does their job, it's okay. I think a lot of teams lose it because somebody has to go and do something like that. Like there's no need to go around doing stuff like that. Unless you really want to ruin somebody's run. I will definitely look at it this week. Where am I from, straight? Figure it out. Take your best guess, and I will reward you if you can guess it right.
I could tell you many things if I thought you'd comprehend them.
If you're not happy, just tell me. I can dream you differently.
Exactly. I love the Headhunter sounds, you know, it's really good, but yeah. Exactly. This is why I say, like, a lot of people have been saying the Headhunters are good now. I'm like, are you sure? They've all been nerfed. And this is proving it right here. So, you know, I think Murdershy's, that guy might have been using an aimbot. Because if you have Headhunter, aimbot plus you only hit heads, it will look like a godly weapon. But in a serious test, which you're seeing right now, it's clearly underperforming. Like in a test, unmodded, no bullshit. I killed one Poxhound out of the two. I mean, I guess it'll work against like the weaker mobs. but not the stronger ones for sure. But it doesn't have any prep time, which is good. And I think that if you focus on, in general, like, I would say it's okay-ish if you focus on mostly the head, though. But it does struggle with maniac enemies. It does struggle with maniac enemies, and I would think that if we were talking about a, say, a full-on Auric Damnation high-intensity shock troopers, you might see it falling behind quite a bit. ADS time is also a little bit slower. But if you ask me, right, I have to admit one thing. It performs better than the Columnus. If we're talking Columnus and the, oh crap. Yes, use me as a mace for a little bit. It does do pretty good against monstrosities where you can hit the head. Oh, crap. I didn't see the trapper. Ah, crap, I'm dead. I'm not dead. Hey. Okay, that was my big mistake there. Survival. I thought I was done for. That was a major mistake. Like, I don't know why I shoved the Poxburster, but it didn't light its fuse yet. So, unfortunately, I screwed myself over. I should have been careful and watched whether it lit its fuse or not. Hey, no problem, Squirrel Lord. Always happy to help your night shift go by a little quicker. Besides, you're taking the time to watch me. You could watch anybody else, you know? So, but you choose to watch me, and I appreciate that tremendously. I gotta say, it's also more accurate than the infantry autoguns. So actually, the Vrax 3, although it caught some nerfs, I would still say it's more viable than the infantry autoguns. But very ammo hungry. Very, very ammo hungry. Electric builds are definitely fun. If they don't want it, I'm not gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna take it and go. Mine. Looks like they don't want it. Yeah, of course they nerfed this. I will try the 7 actually. I'll try the 7 because I have a feeling that it might work quite well. But I'll have to see. I'll have to see. I can certainly say it's decent though. It's way better than the infantry autoguns. Even though the infantry autoguns were buffed, they fall short of this. Like, I wouldn't use the infantry autoguns over this at all. Yep, they buffed the 7, which is really nice. Yep, warp charges is so good. I love it, absolutely. Without doubt or question. Luckily we have a smite cycle, otherwise this would have been over. Yeah, see, if I don't hit the head, exactly. Yep, a big problem. Now, some people might say skill issue, obviously, but the average player isn't gonna always aim for the head. So, this is why, like, even if I do my base testing and I just randomly, like, you know, shoot around and I still can't get the kills easily, or at least as easily as I would with other weapons, you know, I usually say that this weapon has a bit of an inefficiency. Because all these factors do matter eventually. Because in the most intense situations, you might panic and not be able to immediately aim to the best of your abilities. At least against flak armor, I still do pretty good. Yep, 100%. Anyway, right now you can't really beat plasma gun and oop, he's already dead. There we go. The recon last gun was slightly nerfed in terms of its overall damage against armor types, as well as, like, basically it doesn't do as well at a distance, but it's still pretty good, to be fair. Yeah, fair enough. Slime Mabo build. Yeah. But I have to say, the Vrax 3 is highly ammo efficient. Genuine feedback, it's very ammo efficient. It does well against everything other than maniacs, so it's probably not as good for shock troopers, because when a lot of specialists spawn, you're gonna be in a lot of pain. But aside from that, it's semi-decent. I can't say it's like bad, you know, that'd be unfair. I also can't say that it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. That would also be incorrect with me. Oh, come on. These people don't know what they're doing, do they? This is the big problem with this objective. Like, what players need to do on this one is everybody sticks at one location. Like, you don't panic and just stand there and do nothing. We have 4 people. One of you can touch that. Hello? Oh, look. After 15 bajillion years, they finally did it. This is one of the most misunderstood maps in history, and a lot of players just don't even know how to do the basics. This is the saddest part about this map. They get so caught up with killing like it's Payday 3 or something. Like, yo, it ain't. Danix, serious Sam. I guess you could say that, yeah, sure. Oh yeah, there'd be a lot more screaming if this was serious Sam. Time to yell and buff everybody. Come on, let's go. The Rekizar are waiting. See how much I had to mag dump into that? Yeah, unfortunately. Again, maniacs are your biggest issue, but other than that, like, this is actually okay. Fairly ammo efficient. Works really well. Alright, come on. This gun is okay. Like, compared to the other infantry autoguns, it actually performs better. Just that it will struggle a bit against raiders, but ammo efficiency wise, it's also really good. So I can't really, like, knock it for that. Like, I have to be fair in my judgment. It'll do good against most things that come your way. Most things. But certainly not all things. And that does, you know, sting a little bit. Like, I want this gun to be good, but yeah, we'll have to... Ooh, dear.
I sense a new subscriber.
Ooh, new subscriber. Lovely. Against, like, the flak armored rages, it'll do well. It's the maniacs that you'll have a struggle with. But the problem with maniacs is that, like I said, shock troopers, probably unwise. So regular damnation will look pretty cool. But anything beyond that, less efficient. Less efficient. Wouldn't say it's inefficient, but less efficient. Good morning, Matori. Slime Mabo build slaps. Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna say anything negative, but y'all can have your fantasies. Demon host? I mean, not with this.
Pilgrims, we leave. Let the fire.
All right, we're good. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Very nice to have 95 of you here. And tonight, of course, we'll be playing some more Psychers, so look forward to it. I've got to do my Psycher weeklies. Shit, I didn't even start my weekly quest for the veteran. I went straight into testing today, guys. I completely forgot about my weekly quest. Demon Host will actually take most damage from anything, like Plasma Gun. Anything efficient will just really hurt the Demon Host. But you gotta be careful.
Commodore, I would very much like to know where you acquire your wares.
Don't I know it? Sorry, strictly confidential.
A lot of people really do like autoguns, but I'm gonna tell you guys straight up that, yeah, they're not that great. Rush of Light, I don't live in your country, mate. It's 2 p.m. here in Australia. My guy, people live outside of Ameriland. America isn't the only country in the world. There are different time zones. You see out there, it's bright light outside. Oh, Lord. Yes, it's 2 p.m. here. Bright light, it's daytime. Come. It's daytime outside. It's daytime. No, I stream every morning and night, brother. I have 2 streams per day. Morning and night. So morning stream is like a shorter one before lunch. Nighttime is like a lot later. Yeah, I know, right? You've been watching an Australian. Have you been turning your screen upside down, bro? Hey, Pen, good to see you. No, it's just that there's a lot of sunlight outside, so yeah, I keep the curtains closed because otherwise the sun comes direct. Because my window's behind the PC, so you guys are just gonna get blinded. But yes, you are watching an Australian. Remember, guys, mate, you gotta turn your monitor upside down, alright? So if you don't turn your monitor upside down, you're not gonna get the full value of my stream because, you know, down under, everything's the opposite way around. So if you gotta really just like make sure that, like, I've got my camera set up like it looks like it's actually attached to my desk, but I've actually attached the tripod to the roof so that like it looks like it's normal orientation for you guys, but it's actually like flipped on its head. There you go. Okay, you happy now? A little bit of a joke. But yes, I have a morning stream and my evening stream. All jokes aside, I stream once in the morning, usually before lunch, Rush of Light, and then I have an evening stream that's usually after dinner. It goes to about 2 a.m. in the morning for me. Then I stop there, spend some time with my wife, and then, you know, that's it. Right? Didn't even see it.
I sensed a new subscriber.
Thanks for the subscribe. Didn't even see the gravity tether, but we've got one right here. Because otherwise, you know, we'd go fall off into the sky. Alright, so we're done with the testing for the, we're done with the testing for the Mark III. It's okay. not really my jam. I guess some people are gonna use it well, but still underperforming relatively. I'm gonna qualify this. I'm gonna say still underperforming relative to the Actran Mark 6, simply because Actran Mark 6 can dumbfire. Like, you don't need brains for that. Just let me shoot in this general direction.
A new subscriber.
And oh yeah, of course, Lil Soup. Yeah. I'll just link you to my video, but you don't have to watch the video. You can just go to the video description. The patch notes link is in there. Oh, sorry, not this one. My bad. 1 second. I'll just get you the link. Here it is. Da 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 da. So if you go here, Lil Soup, just go to the video description. The link is in there. But yeah, I'll try the 7. Like, look, I'm always willing to give everything a try. I said I was gonna try it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. You know, let's get the 7 going.
Purchase confirmed.
I need one that's actually decent though. Like, it has to be. Oh my god, it's terrible. Come on, high roller. No. It's trash. It's dog shit. No. 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 You okay? No, okay. Okay, so as we always do, let's go take this one for a spin. We're gonna take it gray first into the meat grinder. Let's give it a loose test. Then we'll adjust from there.
Oh, hello.
Okay. Oh yeah, the maniac damage is still shit. Oh, what are they doing? What are they doing? But I gotta admit, the accuracy on this is pretty phenomenal. Okay. Me's thinking deadly accurate plus Headhunter for sure on the blessings. A flak armor on the perks. Blessings would probably be the priority. But let's see what we roll, yeah? La 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 la. Okay. Let's go make this happy.
Fear not the foe, for you carry with you martial tokens of the Omnissiah's blessings.
Yes, martial tokens of the Omnissiah's blah 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 blah.
The machine god is most generous.
Wait, I have surgical, so
I trust you are pleased, Varlet.
refine items. Black will do.
Praise the... I expect great things from you.
Oh, great heavens!
Well, let's give it a try now. This will either go decently or horribly. Let's see what we can do, yeah? Alright, now, while I wait to load in, let's go answer some YouTube comments.
The traitors have been
Fab 36.
I will send you to Jesus.
They've disabled the power matrix's cooling system. Losing that facility's tank production might cost us this war, so you're going to get the coolant back online. Head for the control room, unlock the cryonic rods, and flush the system.
Sorry, I just saw one of my competitors post a video. Now this person I really dislike because they copy everything I do. I just had a bit of a laugh because I saw that they were struggling with Auric Damnation. Meanwhile, I sleepwalked through it with a good robot build. So let this be a lesson, ladies and gents. Ain't nobody can compete with the bat. Okay, I'm done with that. Sorry, I just had to have a bit of a laugh. You know how there's sometimes in life where you see some people that try so hard to destroy you, or you know they try to do things that you do and then fail miserably, and then you're like, you shouldn't have tried that, bro. Those moments, I live for it. Okay, let's go kick some ass. Yeah, I'm out, open. Alright, let's see what we can do.
War needs guns. Guns need to be made. Or would you prefer defeat?
You need the cryonic rods that you'll find in the control chamber.
I don't care where you came from.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Oh, demon host right off the bat. Is this low intensity? No, it's not. Okay.
Kill and do it again.
Did I? What?
Living quarters. No survivors.
A screaming soul. It's close. It's close.
You want to be dead and a fool? Keep it up.
Ah, of course.
Get in there. Make them scream.
Ah, yes.
My agony.
You just see that guy lightning the demon host. Like, what was the point there? Oh, he's level 18. Okay. Well, this is the one and only time I will leave a match. That is, yeah, no, that's not happening. Again, if you go into a damnation run and you're not level 30 and you choose to screw over everybody else, you are being an asshole. Don't do what that guy did. Okay, if you are not playing with friends and you're already like highly experienced and you want to go in as a level 18 or whatever, do that in a private group. It's okay. But when playing with randos, it's most important to have respect for other people. It's very important to share that respect and show that, hey, you know, look, maybe I'm not like the best player in the game, but like, you know, I'm willing to learn. Like, if people say that and do that and they play appropriately, that's okay. But when I see a level 18 that comes and immediately lightnings the demon host just because they want XP, you know, yeah, no, the best thing to do, now I cannot do it live on stream because obviously I'm a partner to be a bad example, but I would just block them off Steam. Just hit let's go to your recent players, block them, because that way you don't get them into matches anymore. Make sure they don't get, like, make it so that, you know, they don't get to play a match. That's what they deserve. Knife is okay, but it's not for me. It's really not a weapon that I like to use. It's fun, but it'll never be a weapon I use because knife requires fast reaction speed and good abilities to dodge and also perform well in melee combat. I'm not that guy. So chainsword and power sword are simpler to use, easy enough, and they don't cause problems.
Even when the cooling
Let's check the team levels. Okay, all level 30s. Proper.
You're not here to mingle. Keep moving.
Okay, looks like we got some fans. Nice, nice.
Are you not to the control chamber yet? Pick up the pace.
Time to earn our pay.
Plus, kill, and do it again!
Shotgun out.
Affirmative.
Oh man. Even the Rager is tough.
Good path. Keep moving.
Like, I do like this, but damn. And no penetration.
Going. You're almost at the production line.
That shot again.
Okay. The inaccuracy is mostly my problem. But with this one, you do have to be a bit like... Yeah, no, the maniac damage is a no-go. Because if I have to hit a weak spot on a trapper just to kill it, that's pretty bad long-term.
Give them the audacity double tap!
Duty.
I have a shield!
Drop climber!
Sniper kill! Leg gunner!
Like the Dread Gunners and the rest, I can kill them.
Get in there! Like them straight! Copy that!
Also, look, this is why you do not run ahead. Big Ogrin running ahead and getting themselves downed and killed. Yeah, don't do that. Night roses.
Confirmed?
I'd say it's pretty good. Ammo efficiency wise, this is pretty darn solid.
One step back!
But the fact that, like, dude, I shot that guy and he didn't even, like, sure, it wasn't a weak spot shot, but not even a... Like, if I have to double tap a normal dude with this, I don't know. That's pretty bad. Hey.
Survival's not likely, but mission success is still possible.
The Overseer's office leads to Columnus control, and the conveyor leads to the Overseer's office.
Okay, good. They want to go this way? Okay. I'll work with them. Damn it. Yeah, I know. But again, the thing is, right, regardless of what blessings or perks, the gun must be able to hip fire. So of course surgical is great, but I should only be using that, much like with the revolver, for much bigger targets. The gun itself needs to be able to fire under all circumstances. Again, I get what you're trying to say, but all circumstances are the most important thing. Because we will often encounter situations like this, where you won't have time to ADS. Sure, I could ADS, but how's that gonna help me? And even ADSing doesn't guarantee a crit. So it also doesn't guarantee that I'll kill the target, which again, very annoying. At the very least, considering its power, it should be a one-shot, one-kill for most. Flak armor? Yeah, but some of the unarmored ones are, you know, taking a lot less damage than I thought. I'll take that one. Darn it. Love it. Yeah, because this one can't compete, like in emergency situations. Yeah, the plasma gun would have wiped that out, so. And we do have a plasma gun vet as well. Because everything has to be compared, like the Akatran Recon, I think, if I show it to you guys after this, I'll show you how easy it is to use by comparison. And that's kind of what I want to highlight. Because it has to, like, everything has to be useful across the board, and we're not getting the same value that we would normally expect. Still, it's okay, I would say, if you get a chance to aim, but the Mark III is actually better than this one. Like, I feel that if we... Ooh, dear. If only you dropped the med pack. Oof.
Lost the others.
Yeah, well, there you go. Because the Plague Ogryn does a lot of damage, so yeah, if he had dropped the med pack, we could have survived a little bit. And both of us melee. Oh well. Yeah, they will in general fail most standards. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. You see, like when we do these testings, we have to compare them always to the top tier and also to whatever's in the same bracket. Recon Lasgun is a lot easier to use, and I'll happily show it to you. Like after this, I'll show it to you. Out of all the guns I've tested though, the Mark III is the most ammo efficient. The Mark III Vrax Headhunter is the most ammo efficient, does good damage. It's passable. It's passable, is what I would say. The 7 probably would be better with Headhunter instead. Headhunter and Deadly Accurate. So unfortunately I rolled Surgical on mine. I'd have to roll a way better one to get the full value, but if you had Headhunter on that one, I think that would have gone a little bit better. But because of the 1 or 2 shots that sometimes are required on the Maniacs, it's not as efficient. So same build, but let's use the Recon Lasgun. Well, I'll probably redo it with Infiltrate rather than Voice of Command, but like just for the sake of fairness, if we're doing testing on this, you know. The Plasma in Action, you should have watched the yesterday stream. Yesterday morning stream was the Plasma in Action the entire time. So, I mean, it would kind of be silly to use the Plasma gun now. This is low intensity. Okay.
Have had help from within tertium. Fortunately, the shifting battlefronts have opened up access.
I'll have to leave this one. It's not a fair test if it's low intensity. As much as I would like to complete it. I mean, it is the only gun so far other than the Agrippina Mark 8 brace that works with Infiltrate. Having tried both of them out, the Agrippina Mark 8, the braced autogun works really well with Infiltrate because you're in close proximity to enemies a lot of the time, and that one, compared to all the other autoguns, that one has an insane TDK. Like, its TDK is fast, and it has some penetration, which makes it really good. The only thing it fails at is range, which apparently, like, Yapskin says he can snipe with it, so fair enough, I'll let him do that. But I haven't been able to snipe well with it, or at least not efficiently. So I chose the Mark 6 instead, which again, I'll try and show you guys in a regular Damnation match that would hopefully be a fairer comparison rather than a low intensity, because like I can't play all the other autoguns in like regular Damnation and say it fails and then go into a low intensity and say, hey, the Mark 6 is great. So I'll try and get a regular Damnation match instead, and then I'll show you guys the difference between this and an autogun. The only downside to the Mark 6 is that number one, it's got higher damage fall off, so you're going to struggle a bit at range in comparison to the Headhunter autoguns, which are even across the board, and you are probably going to suffer a little bit of ammo inefficiency because you will tend to spend more than you think, because one single Recon Lasgun mag is about 100 bullets. This compared to, like, let's say the Mark III Vrax, which is much better ammo efficiency, you know, it's greater. So when we look at these tests, and I'll reiterate this as many times as it takes, when you look at this test, the number one thing that you need to understand and you need to work on is how everything compares to a particular baseline standard that you set. And although I did a lot of comparisons to the plasma gun, my base standard is actually the Actran Mark 6, because the Actran Mark 6 is the only one that performs consistently across the board. Any enemy type, you know, any armor, it'll just burn through. Again, it's Infernus that does it, but the Infernus adds so much value, it's hard to give it up. We're having the long load. Never mind. Let's Alt F4, and then we will reopen the game. And you made it just in time, Paxi? Are you sure? Are you sure? Well, a lot of people shied away from it because they thought that it would be altered or different after the change. But the thing is, the Headhunters struggle against maniacs, and because they have low maniac damage, that immediately puts them in the useless box. Because what are you gonna do in high intensity shock troopers, where it's like 3 trappers in a row? So I'm gonna have to spend 3 bullets. Yeah, unfortunately, surgical didn't really work. If I'd rolled Headhunter, that would have been a lot better. So that one was my bad on the blessing. But again, the big problem is that even if I rolled that, I'm still spending more ammo, you know? I'm still spending way more ammo to actually get the kills. Of course, if you have a melee veteran build, you are absolutely throwing the game. Play those kinds of, like, look, you want to play the meme builds, play it with your friends. Like, go into a private group, or you can use the Discord LFG saying, I want to play this kind of build, can anyone come and meme with me? Then there'll be people that will probably join you for that kind of stuff. But if you go in with like that and you're playing a serious game, I would say that you are 110% trolling. And I would probably like, if I was anybody doing that or seeing that, I'd be like, yep, leaving. I ain't doing that shit again. Okay. So once again, we are going in with the Actran Mark 6 Recon Last Gun. Let's go. Let's have a nice slow waltz.
I sensed a new subscriber.
Well, I mean, that's the plasma gun carrying though, not the melee build carrying. Like, I would assume that a melee veteran means like they want to go pure melee. So yeah. Knife Zealot's not meme though. Knife Zealot is actually normal. Knife Zealot is actually a valid build. Knife Veteran is also actually pretty valid, but depends on your skill with the knife. Now let's see if we can get any human beings in here who are semi-decent. Huh. The shovel is more of a meme weapon because the shovel, like, look, chainsword one-shots a mutie, right? Power sword can clear hordes like nobody's business. These two are the most valid options. You have to compare every melee weapon to these. So even the Devil Claw can two-shot a mutie with a head shot. So although I don't like the Devil Claw can actually two-shot a mutie. So when you look at it from that perspective, the shovel really falls behind. Because how quickly can you kill a heavy target is what you need to know. With the shovel, you're gonna be whacking at it for a very long time, and that's no good. That's no good. So the shovel on the veteran is pretty meme. Also, Hankid, he was asking about the shovel for the veteran. Why the hell are you talking about the Ogren? Bro, stay on topic. I'm gonna slap your face. But anyway, yeah. Point is that the shovel on the veteran is, some people like it, but I'm gonna say it strictly, it's a meme build. It's a meme weapon. It cannot immediately destroy the muties and other heavy targets like the other weapons can. And while it is arguable, now I had a whole discussion with a really awesome dude that talked about this in the comments with me on YouTube, and I explained to him that, like, although he's really good at the game and he has a different strategy for taking on the heavy targets, that's not the case for everybody. Sometimes we do need to deal with things, you know, immediately. And unfortunately, you know, it can mean sometimes that we don't get the same value out of things. The best thing about this is the ability to mag dump relatively consequence free. Yep. The thing is that compared to autoguns, I don't like, you can literally walk through the entire game completely dumbfire and still win. Even maulers aren't a threat. It's a bit more ammo inefficient by comparison, and that is, you know, unfortunately going to be a fair assessment no matter what. It is ammo inefficient, you know, compared to like other stuff out there, but it doesn't make, like, it just lets you do your job easy. And even though there's a plasma dude, like, I'm not completely out of my element. Oh. Well, I guess I can't really complain. Got my ass saved. And they killed the Plague Ogre. Respect. This team is good. I don't use the combat axis. I mean, that one though, I have no clear thoughts because I completely do not use combat axis. So it would be unfair of me to make a judgment on something I don't use. I'm just not, like, kind of like with the knife, I'm just not a good, like, knife user. I'm also not a good axe user, so you'd have to come to your own conclusions on that one. I don't like the attack pattern. It seems pretty cool, but I just don't like the attack pattern at all. Oops. Didn't mean to do that.
Political infighting among the nobles. Something like that.
How much simpler this would be if we could just work together.
Oh crap! Well, that was silly of me. I'm running Dum Dum and Infernus straight up. Like, you actually don't need Headhunter on this one. I love how the barrels just sometimes send you into space. Sometimes they just give you a light tap, sometimes into space you go.
I sensed a new subscriber.
Okay, that one I've got no idea what happened to this guy.
I sensed a new subscriber.
Hey, these guys better not die after this. Also, again, just to reiterate, this is one of the reasons why the Psychers must also be able to switch to the dueling sword, because this guy charging up his perk for immunity is probably not effective. It would actually have been way better if he had just used his dueling sword and killed him. Very interesting though. This is a very close range Psyker. Rare to see people play this style often. Very slow as well. I don't think you can save me, pal. Oh dear. So, let's take a look at the Plasma guy. Uses the Power Sword, good choice. Voice of Command, good. So he's using a similar build to mine. Ah, good. They managed to save the Psyker in time. Did they save the Psyker? Yes, they did. Okay, good. He's using frag grenades. Fair enough. Okay.
less ammo! They're dug in! Let's get to the killing!
Do try to survive. I'd hate to do this all over again.
Gunshot that out!
Copy that! Close and kill!
Yeah, you have to hit the head for brutal momentum to trigger NARAD. So if you don't hit the head, or the weak spot, like Johan says, you won't trigger it. Is Martak okay? I'm here to regenerate your toughness, bro. There you go. Shit. Oops. That was my bad. I didn't even see that. Okay. Yep.
Betrayal is the only truth.
You must learn from betrayal, veteran. Not let them rule us.
Crouch, kill, and do it again.
Okay, the Ogrun's got it.
Hives grow, and gangs breed in a sump of the burn.
You leave civilian matters.
Medicaid station.
The last thing this city needs is your heroics. Need ammo, boss?
Not one step back.
Home is coming.
Neutralized.
Enemies in cover.
If you manually burst fire, in fact, with this, it's actually possible enough to be ammo efficient and hit targets at range. And this is the Mark 6, which is now designed as a short-range weapon, relatively short-range weapon. So yeah, this is why, like, ooh, okay. Give that to Plasma Guy first. It works well. It's just hard for some of the other guns to compete because you just blast somebody and they're dead. Are they going over there? Okay, they are. Right.
much of that anymore. Stop complaining!
You've been looking to the shield for the Ogryn? I don't play much Ogryn, so I don't know. I'm sorry, Johan. Use what you want to play. You might want to clarify that statement, because it will not work with randoms. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to bring along what is the most efficient, because randoms don't really do the right thing a lot of the time. Sometimes they may, but if they don't, you're gonna be in a tough situation, which is why, again, I try to focus on honorable gaming, meaning that I always bring along something that is fully optimized, fully ready for combat. You know, that way in case the situation is not that great, at least it's not me that's caused the issue. Yeah, there we go. Ah, darn. Yeah. Below Damnation is not a problem for sure. In Damnation, you absolutely do need to know what you're doing. Below Damnation, most people are okay. Like, you can literally do whatever you want and nothing will go wrong. Like, I've played Heresy matches with gray weapons and, like, nothing went wrong. I don't play any Ogryn, it's true. It's true. This is true. So if you guys are discussing about Ogryn, I'm pretty useless. I'm just trying to keep up with chat with whatever I see. I have a level 30 Ogryn too, I just don't play it. Because I did it like when the game first came out to just like get a taste. And that's when I realized I am a shit Ogryn. And unfortunately, like Veteran and Psyker, I'm great. When it comes to Veteran and Psyker, I'm a god. When it comes to Zealot, I am average at best. When it comes to Ogryn, I am a detriment to the team. Now this is actually a mistake that I'm making right here. I should not have been this far from my team, but I did it because I'm hunting for ammo. That Ogryn is having a lot of fun. Oh man, why did that Psyker have to walk in front of me at that time? Like, really? Bruh, I'm shooting. Why you walk in front of me? I'll let them take the healing. Huh. I actually know the person that wrote the Ogrenomicon. He's a nice dude. Oh, yeah. This is why I love my chainsword. Can't give up the chainsword no matter how hard I try.
Disengaging!
Terminate the chopper! Shield off! Take shelter!
You are not together. Shift.
Here they come.
Lol, the Ogryn just slapping his way through shit. I will try later this week. So around Wednesday, my target is Wednesday or Thursday, where I'll just, you know, like give it a light go. See if I can get something done. But yeah, I don't expect to be very excellent. So ooh.
Alarmingly efficient,
See it! Kill it! It's simple!
Shield brave! Come to me!
Grenade down! Nice!
Throwing grenade! That's the monkey! Close! Kill! And do it again!
Confidence! I need something from professionals!
Rotting demon head.
If you can breathe, you can kill!
Yeah, for the Psyker and the Veteran, I got you covered, okay? The only thing you need to know is what I tell you. For Psyker and Veteran, that I can guarantee. Other classes, yeah, I hope that somebody writes a compendium for the other classes. But for Psyker and Veteran, I got you.
Our duty is done.
Heal up! Enemy dug in! Not bad!
Martak could have carried it, but no.
Befell my enforcer associates.
There's been no law down here for a long time. Only cartel justice.
Okay, let's go do this.
Only real justice comes from the barrel of a gun.
Lol. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like a tech priest type class. It'll be a lot of fun. I'd be down.
Ah, brave noble! Sacrifice!
Yep. Like I said, when it comes to Veteran and Psyker, I can guarantee my skills. So I will not relinquish my title to anybody else. But only for those two. For the rest, I am aware that I may be subpar. The other great thing about the chainsword is, goddamn, I love doing this. It's so good. Feels so good. But nah, if you can, right, there's a different blessing, Nayrad. You can run Sunder. I just don't have that blessing yet. But Sunder will work if you cannot get blue momentum to trigger, right? You will probably want to try Sunder instead. What build am I running? I'm just testing today. I was just showing people the difference. So like, oh yeah, GG. I was just showing people the difference between, like, if you play the Headhunter autoguns, there are clear weaknesses, whereas if you play the Akatran Recon Last Gun, hipfire, ADS, it doesn't even matter. You've got more tools, even after the nerf, to just deal with a broader range of scenarios. That's all I was demonstrating with this. It's not really a build. I just made a sort of semi-workable build for this, but it's not an actual build. The actual build will be the Infiltrate build, which I'm going to be working on at a separate time on another day. Today was just here to I was just here to test all of the various autoguns that other people have recommended. And out of everything that I've done today, I will say there's two standout autoguns. Columnus 5, definitely good. If you really want to use the hit him in the back style build, then, you know, absolutely go for it. I wouldn't stop you. I certainly don't think it's bad. Dum Dum plus that one would be really good for an Infiltrate veteran. Other than that, I would also say that the Mark III Vrax Headhunter is decent. The Mark III Vrax Headhunter is good in terms of ammo efficiency. It's very ammo efficient. A bit of a struggle against Maniacs, but I guess you could go with a Maniac damage modifier, which might alleviate some of your concerns, as well as a range weak spot multiplier, right? Then if you could get the blessings ideally as Headhunter and Dum Dum, I think you'd be fine. Headhunter and, sorry, Deadly Accurate, I think you'd be fine. Because that alone was carrying pretty hard, those two blessings. So I do have to agree that those two are really good. The Vrax 7 falls a little bit behind the Vrax 3. Why? Because the Maniac damage is equally low. And the problem is that spamming fire is not really efficient, because why would I do that when I could just use a revolver? You see? That particular Headhunter would be in the same category as the revolver, and it just doesn't fly at all. So if you were to pick autoguns, other than, of course, the Agrippina Mark 8 braced autogun, which is really great for close range and nothing beats it at close range, if you really needed an autogun for your build in place of a Recon Last Gun, I would say Columnus Mark 5 would be one of your options. The other one would obviously be the Vrax 3 Headhunter. But the Akatran Mark 6 Recon Last Gun outperforms both. It absolutely outperforms both because the player skill needed is very low. The Vrax 3 and the Columnus 5 require a little bit of aiming. Why? Because if you are able to hit the head, the efficiency of the build goes up, so it has a much higher skill cap. The Akatran Mark 6 Recon Last Gun has no skill required. Like, you can just slap it on, plug and play, go. And again, my focus when it comes to builds, information, and the things that I present to you guys is always, it has to be the lowest common denominator. Whenever I post something, it has to be something that is the easiest for the people to use. So I try to post things that require minimum skills, minimum effort. Like no effort required, no skills required. The Mark 6 Akatran Recon Last Gun, even after its nerfs, falls into this category. Plasma Gun, Revolver, Mark 6 Akatran Recon Last Gun, these three guns are the no skill guns. You can't aim, no problem. You can't really think too well. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that for the Revolver. Revolver requires a bit of aim, but the Recon Last Gun, at least, like, no aim, no problem, because the hip fire is just as accurate as the ADS. The ADS is better if you need to hit a target at a slightly longer range. You can hip fire for close range targets, and you would suffer zero inefficiency in your aiming. Why? Because you can just point in the general direction, the head, and the Recon Last Gun's so accurate you'll probably hit the head. So yeah, this is why, like, after all the testing, I have to say the Recon Last Gun does come out on top of all the other guns. And for the other guns, oh, excuse my yawn. Yum yum yum. I get sleepy around afternoon times, but for the Recon Last Gun itself, 110%, it still functions as one of the best weapons in the game. The other guns are great, but still not the ideal. Like it's not the King of Kings that many people think it might be. And that's my investigation today. Well, Ethan, that sounds pretty sad, because if anybody even dies on a level 3, it's an indication that their skill is not up there at all. And they probably need a lot of work to get to where they need to go, because they clearly have not experienced the game. Unfortunately, for those that are hard stuck at, like, let's say level 3, the biggest problem for them would simply be that they aren't really the type of players to advance their skills. If they're still level 30 and they're playing around 3, it means that they're not really ready for higher stuff. And because they don't have those skills, they probably have a lot of bad habits too. So unfortunately, that's how it is, and you gotta forgive that, because they got nowhere else to go. You know, they're just gonna be there. They're just gonna be there, and that's how it is. So the only thing you can do is upgrade your own skill level and make it to the higher difficulties, especially if you want to avoid that. Alright. Okay, guys, it's a little bit early today, but we are ending stream here. Thank you all very much for showing up. I'll be back in the evening on my Psyker, of course, on my Psyker. Now tonight we're gonna clear our Psyker weeklies and of course showcase some more power, you know, absolutely devastate hordes, maybe take on some Maelstrom missions. I look forward to it. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you guys have had fun. I will see you guys this evening for more shenanigans. Thank you. Catch you this evening. See you then.